guys, Sean Taunt with Vpx Baseball. Hey, welcome back. Hey, I want to talk to you guys about a problem that I see in the industry now as a college baseball coach that's becoming more and more prevalent year after year, and that is that when players struggle, whether it be to throw strikes or giving up hits, or maybe their breaking ball's not working however they want, everybody wants to fall back to a mechanical fix. Everybody wants to say, well, my mechanics were off, that's why I'm throwing balls, or my mechanics were off, that's why I'm this. And it doesn't give them the ability to problem solve as athletes and just get after it and compete. And the bottom line is, if it looks pretty up here and everything looks really nice, but it doesn't get results down there, then it doesn't matter. And as athletes, we need to be able to perform at our peak our movement, work on time, and just worry about dominating and competing and winning. So here at VPX Baseball, we talk a lot about movement and moving as athletes, peaking our movement, making sure we're performing better, because power is always going to win. Power always wins at the end of the day. So as athletes, I want to make sure that if I throw 100 pitches, I'm maximizing my movement and my timing 100 times. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the VPX Baseball Harness here and how it's going to help us do this. Okay, so for those of you that aren't familiar or haven't seen it, it's a movement enhancement harness that works with any training, any practice routines, anything med ball work that you do currently, okay? Bullpens, long toss, anything that we do, okay? It's gonna help make everything better. So I'm gonna go ahead and strap this thing on right here, okay? Do the Velcro up, do the buckle up, okay? And then I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna hook the outside into my outside of my ankle here, the back bungee, and the one under the inside, okay? And I'm ready to go. What this is gonna do is it's gonna help me move better as an athlete. So it's not gonna focus on, step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4. It's gonna tell me if I'm optimizing my movement and getting the most that I can out of my delivery, okay? Which at the end of the day is what we all want, okay? So when I get up on the mound with this thing right here, okay, so right away, we all know that a loaded, athletic, powerful position that I can dominate the best from is gonna be over my backside. Here I am, my backside, and I'm not getting anything from this harness. I'm not feeling any pull, nothing, because I'm loaded and powerful, okay? But as soon as I go like this and I become unpowerful and weak, you see what's happening, and there I am. That is the invaluable feedback you're gonna get to help you move better, become a better athlete, a better performer, okay? Because as pitchers, guys, as hitters too, as baseball players, it is not enough for me to support my energy and my power at the beginning of my move. So like as a pitcher, it's not enough for me to support it here, but then no longer. I need to still be supporting it here and still be supporting it here when it's time for me to hammer on this pitch now, right? Tunneling's a buzzword out there, right? Everybody loves to talk about tunneling, which is, everything looks the same. My fastball, my breaking ball, my change is all coming out of this slot. If I don't move correctly, it doesn't matter how much I've practiced going from here to here it doesn't matter. When I get on a mound and it's time to compete, and the lights are all on and everybody's watching, if I don't move properly and on time, I'm gonna be underneath the baseball. I'm gonna be underneath here, I'm gonna be underneath here, and I'm gonna get this action and this action. So ultimately what I want is to train and practice what it's gonna take for me to get it done down there where it matters, right? So when I'm working with this harness right now, this is what I love about this thing. All my guys use it at the school. We've got guys all the way up to the big leagues using this now, because what it does is it allows you to take what you already do and just make it better. My guys are doing med ball work, right? And we're doing these throws from here. I know that they're training their lower body to make that explosive movement from a loaded position, right? Instead of doing these and wasting reps, okay? If I've got guys and say we're working opposite side fastballs, okay, and I've got guys that leak all the time, this is literally gonna let them know when that's happening and what they need to do to move better and on time. So we all know, right, as I get through here, this is money time now. What I do from here is gonna make or break what happens down there. And if I go there, it's over for me. Doesn't matter how much I've, practiced pausing here, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is, that move right there, combined with this slope, is disaster for me down there, and I'm gonna throw these. That's just what it is. There's nothing I can do about it because I've lost that battle. There's way more power here, right, than there is here. So in order for me to combat that and create leverage and be an athlete, I have to stay loaded, which is exactly, again, where this VPX harness is coming in, because, man, if I stay loaded and push, but I stay loaded here, I'm not getting anything. So that's the harness telling me that I'm loaded and ready to throw this pitch and explode on it. So again, it's not about, you know, how many drills can I do to make me rigid and mechanical and cookie cutter and stiff from here to here, you know, and do, you know, things like this where I'm here. You know, those things all have a place, but the bottom line of it is we are all about high performance here and getting athletes ready to compete and reach their goals, whatever that may be. And that's why guys all the way to the big league level love this harness, because it allows you to maximize and be a baseball player and an athlete rather than, you know, you come out of a factory trying to be really stiff and perfect all the time. Man, when everything's going and the crowd's there and you've got hitters at second and third and one out, all that stuff's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. And what we see a lot of times now with younger players is that when it's time to compete like that, they struggle with that because they don't have a process. Their process in their training is, if something's going wrong, it's got to be that I didn't go from, you know, A to B to C correctly, or, you know, my fingers didn't get all the way turned, or I'm not, you know, whatever it may be. Bottom line is, if you move on time, our bodies know how to be athletic and move on time. So if I get myself into a position, man, just be an athlete and hammer on this thing and destroy somebody down there. But if I can't do that because I'm out here, it's not going to happen for me. Your body wants to move like an athlete and be a baseball player. It's our job as baseball players, as trainers, to allow that to happen, allow that process to take place. And hey man, let your body be explosive now, which is exactly what this harness does, man. I have no choice but to be explosive, because if I don't, I'm gonna immediately feel that. And that's my cue. Okay, I got a breakdown. And I'll tell you what, right away, for most guys, it's gonna be right there. They come up and go, and that's where it's gonna be. I can't do that with this. I'm gonna feel it immediately. I can't be explosive that way. That's not a mechanic. That's a negative movement counterbalance right there. But if I get up here and I stay loaded, absolutely, now I can support that down, and now I'm ready to go. So it's not enough to just train, you know, a piece at a time. Today I'm gonna work on just, you know, this. That's all well and good, but at the end of the day, if you're not setting yourself up and training to get into the ground in position to be powerful and explosive, then you're not training to win. And we want to train to win. That's exactly what the Vpx harness does. It's going to train you to help win, help dominate, help be more explosive, because we all need to be more athletic. We all need to be more fluid, more powerful. That's what we're about here. Thanks for watching, guys.